But in a larger picture of things, when I look at my life, I'm talking purely my life, I've seen myself evolve. All right. So what I used to desire, what I used to be like, how I used to look at the world, and today how I look at the world, I've got a totally different viewpoint. My experiences have made me that way. So
How is that?
so it's every time I reach a destination, I've conquered that mountain. Now I'm looking for another destination
Yes.
to conquer, right? But whenever I reach that pinnacle of my life, I looked back and said, hey, it was not such a big thing. Now let's try something new.
Yeah.
And in doing so, it changed me. So now when I look back, I've had about 50,000 events which must have made those little changes in my life. And I'm a person who's more evolved, I would say, but in my own eyes. Not that somebody else would notice a difference, but in my own eyes, I look at a situation and say, oh, you know, I've lived this situation before. I know what to expect from it, and I know. So, does this also come under the blanket of karma, that you had to experience these things to evolve? Is evolution a part of karma, I would say?
See,
Because see, the
evolution
free will happened, or was it free will or destiny? Kya tha? You know?
Okay, so every time you've set a goal and you've achieved that goal, you created a sense of accomplishment.
Correct.
Right? You created a sense of growth within yourself. Did you feel that I have grown as a human being?
Yes.
I have acquired a certain, different set of qualities.
Correct.
Something about my emotions has enhanced within me. Something about my, mental structure has enhanced with me. You
Correct.
experienced, right?
Correct.
Now, this was your individual experience of growth, right? And you think any other actor who would have been in your position would have felt this way?
I can't speak for them. I wouldn't know.
For the sake of argument.
I cannot say, because it depends which actor they would approach, you know.
Absolutely. So someone in the same position as yours could have felt more greedy in terms of maybe money, in terms of maybe accomplishments, and maybe they wouldn't have felt enough. Maybe they could have felt, okay, this is fine, but it's not enough. I need something more, right? So if you look at it one way or the other, in every aspect of our life, we want to feel, like we discussed before, a little bit more than we are right now. Essentially, I would call it the calling of the soul. Okay? So the deepest part of our mind. So after the subconscious mind, we also have a superconscious mind. Superconscious mind is also called, or rather the deep core of the superconscious mind is the cosmic mind, or is the universal mind, or is the mind of the Shiva, as they say in the yogic culture. So which means a deepest part of your mind is your soul, right? Now what is the difference between the soul calling and your mind creating a barrier between the two? Mind likes comfort zone. Mind is very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's follows the path of least resistance. मैंने एक चीज़ पहले करी है, अब वो करने से I have a certain comfortability with it, certain sense of ease with it, certain sense of security there. So I want to stay in that zone. I don't want to explore. I don't want to venture out. I don't want to adventure, explore, expand, right? And you know this by experience also. There are a lot of actors in the industry who do not practice anything outside their comfort zone. एक typical type का role है, उसी को करे जा रहे हैं, right? This is because they are on the level of the mind, right? So essentially, mind likes familiarity. Soul likes to expand, explore, and every time you expand and explore, you grow, you create a sense of fulfillment, you create a sense of contentment. Now, if you look at what is the deepest core of yourself, soul, agar, let's say for the sake of argument, if we characterize the characteristics of soul, क्या होना चाहिए? Complete sense of contentment by itself. Complete है वो, पूर्ण है, इसलिए बोला जाता है पूर्णता. पूर्णता आप कब achieve करेंगे? When you feel a sense of completion within yourself. So every time you're venturing out into new roles, you are creating a sense of completion. So I would say this is, people may call it karma, but I would call it, the course of your soul, or your soul calling, which is leading you into these directions. And the fragment of the soul is very powerful. अगर वो decide करती है कि this is the kind of experience that I want to go through life, it is going to manufacture those circumstances, events, people into your life who are going to fulfill that purpose for you, which means you will inevitably find the right dates and you will be inevitably in the right place in the right time.
So basically, the mind will not be aware what the soul is creating.
Soul will create what it wants through the method of the mind or through the instrument of the mind.
Okay.